Scorpio. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, December 15th through the ends of the month. Scorpio in Love, December 15th through the ends of the month. Scorpio, I'm going to be giving away either a free reading or a free healing session. I'm going to choose one winner, like I do each month, but I'm going to let the winner decide what they want, either the reading or the free healing session. If you'd like to be considered for the giveaway, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. Scorpio, Scorpio in Love. Okay, Scorpio, this is a beautiful message coming through for you. Over the next 2 weeks, it feels like you're going to start seeing an abundance of love, like reflections of love. For some of you, it's going to be numbers. Like, for example, I chose 143 for this channel, hence channel 143, because it means love. That is, I love you. It's a number that has been extremely significant for me in some of the most game-changing moments of my life, and it's something that I wanted to incorporate here. You may see a number like 143. You may see, I'm also seeing like perfect strangers being awesomely kind, somebody paying for your meal, and then you head up to the window to like grab your coffee and your bagel or something that's already paid for. I'm seeing a lot of love, and I'm seeing a lot of kindness around Scorpio right now, but what Spirit is calling it is a reflection of love. What does this mean for you, Scorpio? Why would you be experiencing this reflection of love and abundance? It feels like it's something that you've been manifesting. It feels like this is your good energy and your good love coming back to you, but it feels like you've been putting this energy out, this love out through gratitude. So continue to do that. For those of you in committed relationships, this is going to help you infuse more love into your relationships through gratitude. You're really going to want to zone in on these signs, and every time you see them, say, thank you, universe, I received this love, I'm grateful for this love. It's just, there's going to be some sort of overflow between that and your love life. For those of you single, this energy is going to help you manifest somebody new, help you manifest possibly a very high-vibing soulmate at this time. But I do think for those of you in committed relationships, it's this energy that brings some healing, okay, or brings even more love into a relationship that you are already in. Let's get a little bit more clarity here, Scorpio. Scorpio in Love, December 15th through the end of the month. What I will say, Scorpio, so I just channeled this. Somebody's saying, am I deserving of that? Why would that love be showing up for me? Make sure that you are exercising a lot of self-love, and make sure you have the affirmation out there daily that you are deserving of love, that you are deserving of great love, that you are deserving of this kindness, because you are deserving, Scorpio. I'm sitting in your energy, and I can tell you that you are deserving. First card out is make the effort. Make the effort to show gratitude for this love. Make the effort to show gratitude in general for your partnerships, to your partner, to universe, about your partner, about love, even showing gratitude for people who have exited the picture, because what lessons have you learned? And I think we talked a little bit about that at the beginning of the month. Scorpio getting really good at being able to do that. Really honoring the lessons learned, really honoring really great love, even if it has ended, because you understand that you're about to take a new journey with somebody else. If you are single, it's time to call somebody new. And I don't see Scorpio needing to be single for too much longer. It doesn't feel like, it's not that you don't need to in the sense that there's like desperation there. It doesn't mean that you can't still choose to be single, but it feels like there's somebody meant to come in for you now, Scorpio, if you're single, because there's a lesson to learn. There's another experience for you to have that's important for your soul journey, okay? So make the effort to be open to love if you're single, and make the effort to infuse more gratitude into relationships you already have, especially if you're going through a hard time. That energy of gratitude is just going to shift everything. But I do feel like so many of you are already doing this, hence the reflection of love that's going to be showing up in abundance over the next couple of weeks here. Okay, we have codependence at the center of the reading. It feels like this is a relationship to keep working on. It feels like this is a relationship where, yeah, there's an issue. If this is true codependence, that's an issue. It's very draining and unhealthy, but it feels like it's codependence that can be healed. It feels like you and a partner are making an effort to heal this, who, regardless of who is the codependent partner. It does feel like your partner, Scorpio, may be codependent. This could just be a karmic pattern as well that you've experienced in the past, but this feels present. It feels relevant. I'm also feeling a childish energy here. So it may not necessarily be a codependent partner. It may be a child who's fully dependent on you, especially if you're a single parent. And that's a lot of work. And you may not really be able to invest a whole lot of time and attention to love and to new partnerships. There feels like there has to be a better balance here because you are deserving of love. It feels like there needs to be a better balance with children in general. It almost feels like a child. Feels like a child or children may be getting all of your attention, and possibly a partner in the mix is sort of sitting in the background like, when are you going to make time for me? This could also be inner child. Your inner child saying, hey, when are you going to make time for me? When are we going to connect? When are you going to talk to me? Or when are you going to nurture me? Because I want to show you. So we have codependent center of the reading, okay? But on both sides, we have children. On both sides, we have children, okay? I think for some of you, this is simply inner child. But it does feel like there's a child in the mix, children in the mix. Something could be going on with a child right now that is so distracting that you don't have the energy that you would like to invest into your partnership, into your marriage, into a committed relationship here. Somebody feels like they're suffering because they're not getting your attention. Now, if your children are going through an issue, that's just going to be your number one priority. But Spirit is asking you to make the effort to balance this, because you don't want this to continue to interfere and push a partner out of your life or push somebody away from you, Scorpio, okay? You may be feeling like somebody's doing this to you. If that's the case, make sure you communicate this, because it feels like whoever that is who's a little bit distracted, they don't feel conscious of that. Like, oh, yeah, I know things are chaotic right now. They may not have any idea that you're struggling, or vice versa, okay? So communication here is going to be key. Make the effort to communicate, okay? Conversations of depth. Also, if you're single, make the effort to talk to people that you don't know. If you're at a party or at a holiday get-together or something, go up and talk to people. Don't wait for them to just come up and talk to you. Make the effort to put yourself out there. Something really good will come from that. But this codependent energy, that does not pertain to children, okay? Like a codependent partner here, the reason why we have so much children energy in the mix is to heal it, is because to heal it, it requires inner child healing. It's going to be important to get some help with that. If you have a codependent partner, you would benefit, wow, my cards, all of them almost flew out of my hand. You would benefit from getting some professional help with that, because it's going to help you guys get through that process quicker. But regardless of how you heal, it's got to be on the inner child level, okay? For healing to, one, be authentic, but to also be like long-term, okay? To have really positive long-term results. So we have codependence, again, sitting at the center of the reading. Clarify by attraction. For some of you, you attract codependent partners because there is a karmic pattern in this. And how do you heal a karmic pattern? You do inner child healing, okay? So there's a huge message around codependence and needing to heal. But there's definitely message here around children who just need a lot of your time and energy right now. It could just be the holidays, right? You could be getting ready for the holidays or already celebrating holidays, and your kids just naturally have your attention. Now, I will tell you this. Even though you may be attracting codependent partners or have a tendency to do so, you are attracting new love regardless. That energy, that reflection of love that I'm talking about is going to come in abundance. It may be an admirer. It could be a few people letting you know that they have feelings for you, okay? This also comes through as new love, side by side here, okay? So if you are single, don't be surprised if over the next couple of weeks more than one person expresses that they have feelings for you, or you at least pick up on that intuitively, like, okay, this is more than a friendship, or okay, this isn't just a simple conversation at work. This person has feelings for me. Don't be surprised if that comes up for you. But also don't be surprised if at least one of those people may be a little bit codependent. But I will tell you this, Scorpio, the good news is that it feels healable. This doesn't feel like somebody that you should step away from. If you're already in a relationship and is codependent, it's not about stepping away from that person, but it is about communicating so that a partner understands if they're being codependent, so a partner understands what that even means, and now getting some help. Okay, either working through it together or asking somebody who specializes in that to help you navigate. And there are groups for that kind of thing that I've heard are very, very helpful. So maybe something to look into. This could also be addictions. I do see somebody drinking a little too much over the holidays. I see somebody being very social and, you know, being very happy and very attractive, but drinking a little too much, and a partner maybe having an issue with that. Please be careful if you're driving. If you're going to holiday parties and you are going to drink, you got to be careful, because I'm seeing somebody indulging, like an overindulgence though, like not healthy, like, oh, I grabbed a drink or a couple of drinks, and I see somebody overdoing it here. And that could be why addiction is coming through. It may not really be a true addiction, but it's definitely somebody doing a little too much of something. On the, I want to say, I mean, it's not really like a partying front, but you know, on the social front. Now, let's get you guys a clarifier for children here. I will tell you this, someone isn't talking to their inner child. It's taking a very long time to get a clarifier for this. And when that happens, my cards are letting me know that somebody isn't speaking. Somebody doesn't want to speak about something. So what is it on the inner child's level? What's scary there? What about the past are you afraid is going to come up? Or how about your partner? What is it in their past that has created this codependence? You may be helping somebody navigate that, okay? Again, I do think some of you or some partners would benefit from someone who, wow, who specializes in that kind of healing. But, you know, you guys can do this together as long as you're consciously working through it. So we talk about children, and I said, well, what is it that you're not saying to your inner child? What is it that's so difficult about the past? We have two cards, honeymoon and reconciliation. I feel like someone doesn't want to admit that they want somebody to come back into the picture. Like, that feels way too vulnerable. It feels like somebody wants a reconciliation, but they're just afraid to go there. They're afraid to say it. They're afraid to take that first step. I don't see rejection. If you would like to reconcile with somebody at this time, Scorpio, as long as you communicate openly and honestly with vulnerability, I do see a reconciliation coming full circle. But I'm seeing with honeymoon also clarifying this child card and children card side by side with reconciliation. It's travel. It's somebody who's been away for travel. So somebody could be experiencing like abandonment issues, and travel is really triggering that, which is triggering again that inner child. But I see somebody coming back together. If you can connect on that inner child level, okay, and you're talking to inner child and you're nurturing inner child, there's healing. There's enough healing there if you do that for a full-blown reconciliation, okay? And also with honeymoon, it's almost like, it's not the honeymoon stage, but it feels sort of like a celebration of a reconciliation here. Also, for those of you who have children with somebody and you're thinking of getting back together, it does look promising. Okay, it really does look promising, but you can't overlook the healing aspect of this and some of the karmas that have come up, the connection to inner child, because you are going to want to heal and clear that energy once and for all, so it doesn't continue to come up. Because you, although I'm feeling like, yes, stick this out with a codependent partner and get healing, if your partner doesn't get that healing and they continue to be codependent, that is not going to be a healthy relationship for you long term, okay? But I'm not getting to step away from it now. I'm getting to work on it. But it does require two parties to work on an issue. Clarifying, of course, this makes so much sense. It's self-love. Crowning the reading, I meant to say. Crowning your reading is self-love. Have healthy boundaries here. But also make sure you're nurturing your inner child. It's just a huge message coming up for you in love right now. Single or in committed relationships, it's all about nurturing the inner child. There is freedom, bottom of the deck here. If somebody is truly codependent and you're drained, you may have stepped away from them. That's where the reconciliation comes in. It really does feel like somebody's going to come back together after a separation. But make sure you've had enough of a separation, okay? Make sure that you don't feel rushed. Make sure that a partner doesn't feel rushed. Make sure it's a little bit more of a natural progression in terms of reconciliation, because I can see that lasting for sure. But self-love has to be at the core. really trying to balance a little better what's going on with your children or your inner child, because there's inner child stuff here that is interfering with love. There's inner child stuff here coming up that's making somebody codependent. Which also means the other partner is the enabler, right? So do a little research if you're not sure what a codependent relationship is. Google it, do a little research on your end, reach out to somebody who specializes in this if you feel like you really need help with the partner. But it's got to start with communication. You can't be afraid to have that conversation with the partner because they can't fix something that they don't know is wrong. Okay? So make sure you're having those kinds of conversations, but there's inner child healing for sure. If you have the ability to travel, do it. If you have the ability to travel with your children, do it. There's something healing around travel, around water. I also see, for those of you who have children with the partner and you would consider a reconciliation, I see traveling as a family as something that is incredibly healing for everybody involved, okay? This does not feel like it's going to last too much longer for those of you dealing with the separation. I really think it's important to keep an open mind right now to reconciliation if you are still in love. Focus on healing versus separation. I think you guys are going to have a better outcome the next couple of weeks if you do that. Okay, Scorpio, if you feel like you need more clarity, make sure you reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm available for energy healing work. I will be back for January 1st for your full month of January video at that time, which is just so crazy. We're about to step into the new year already. But in the meantime, Scorpio, I'm sending you so much love, like gratitude. Happy holidays to you all. I love you so much, Scorpio. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.